Hello and welcome to Prime of the Night. I'm your host, Joe Stoneworks, and tonight I'm here with Mr. Bardonia himself, Unicorn Boy. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show, Joe.
Of course. I've been trying to get you on here for a long time, and I finally have you, and I'm super excited. I'm thrilled to have you here. I'm glad you're here. All right. But yeah, let's just get right into what I want to talk to you about. So yeah, you are the founder of Bardonia yourself. What how I don't even know what to say. You're the man. Can you talk about your experience with Bardonia and going through all the troubles that you've been? I'm not. You're a very prestigious person, so I kind of want to know about you a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we started Bardonia probably 4 years ago. It started as just a small nation with me and some close friends, but then it's evolved into a large, well-known community.
Yeah.
Originally, we were focused around fishing, but somehow in the mix there was a world conquest. Multiple coalitions. Next thing we got the military nation slapped on us. So.
Yeah. I gotcha. So, what do you mainly do now on Apexos? You've been around for a very long time. I know that you lead your nation, but what do you mainly do?
Well, leading is a full-time job. If I have any free time, then I'm not giving my all to my nation. So I actually don't do anything else except lead my nation.
Oh wow.
Everything I do is for Bardonia. I put all of my hours, all of my heart and soul into the nation. It strives me just to keep pushing and moving forward and, kind of reclaim that Bardonian pride that we kind of lost near the end of Rathnir.
Yeah. Wow. You. That's awesome. That you devote all your time to one nation. Like you don't go off to other nations and
Nope.
try to do other stuff. That's you're exactly the type of person Bardonia needs to be successful, which I'm not saying it isn't, but it's very successful, but you're the part, mainly the reason why it is so powerful is because they have such a great leader who's devoted to them and only focuses on Bardonia itself. So that's awesome. Can you what big goals do you have for Bardonia on Bexilus?
Well, we came into here with something called the Bardonian concept, which is a giant Bardonian plan for kind of like a revision of Bardonia.
Okay.
And we're actually, before, we tried for world conquest, that didn't work out. So this time I went ahead and bumped it down a little bit. And we're working on trying to construct the biggest mega structure in Bexilus, period.
Okay.
It's the Dandelion Bastion, and it's actually composed of six cities, 5 in the outer ring and 1 in the center, being our capital.
Wow.
Our capital, if you ever go to Sancta, you could see how big it is. I mean, that's going to be the smallest area in the Bastion, and all the rest of it's going to be surrounded by large walls, and it actually shapes up to be the emblem of the Bardonian flag.
That's awesome.
We've put a lot of thought and effort into planning this, and to make it work, it's going to require a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna make Bardonia even more renowned. I look forward to seeing this get put together because I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. I mean, sure, we've seen several great cities I can't think of it off the top of my head, but this is going to be one that people are going to remember, man. And I hopefully one day we'll go there on the podcast and we'll do another episode and we'll talk a little bit more about it. I look forward to seeing it. It sounds like such a great idea. One last question for you: what would you say is your most controversial thing you've ever done? With Bardonia.
With Bardonia,
Yeah.
With Bardonia specifically, it's probably when I didn't speak out against people turning it in the wrong direction. And that was mostly because I was banned at the time, but I feel like I could have done more for the community itself during that time and tried to steer them away. Bardonia has been labeled a controversial nation because these people were, in charge and doing these things that
Yeah.
it didn't make sense for Bardonia to do. And I disagreed with it, but I wasn't pushing back against it because, it was kind of in their hands and I was out of the picture. But I feel like I should have said something or tried to rally some kind of support against it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that lessons were learned, and this probably that definitely won't happen again now that you're so devoted. You're here, you're there for the nation, and nothing else.
Correct.
So, Unicorn, it was awesome to have you on here, Mr. Bardonia himself. I hope that your build goes good, and I'm sure we'll see you again soon. So
I appreciate it, Joe. Can't wait to come back.
yeah, of course.